Tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6, a circuit court judge has ruled Oregon's controversial voter-approved gun law is unconstitutional. We'll tell you what the next steps are for Measure 114. And the Walla Walla Police Department makes a major bust over $100,000 worth of drugs off the streets. Where they made that bust, coming up. And the governors of Washington and Oregon want to put a stop to the expansion of a natural gas line that impacts our states. But Governor Inslee says it's going to do more harm than good.
And I'm tracking partly to mostly cloudy skies, chilly conditions, a dense fog advisory for the Walla Walla area, but a clear, cold Thanksgiving. All the details coming up in your First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Oregon's controversial new gun restrictions are unconstitutional. That's the ruling from a circuit court judge in southeastern Oregon more than a year after voters narrowly approved Measure 114.
It would have created some of the strictest gun laws in the nation. Oregon voted yes in November of 2022 on a proposal requiring would-be gun owners to get a permit before they could buy a gun, creating a statewide database, and banning large-capacity magazines that hold more than 10 rounds of ammunition. This week, the same judge who temporarily blocked the law from taking effect last year ruled that the law does violate Oregon's state constitution, saying the people who wrote the state constitution in the 1850s would have known about guns that could fire multiple rounds and protected access to them anyway. Now, the debate over requiring a permit to buy a gun has also drawn a lot of attention. Advocates say you should be required to go through training and safety checks before you are allowed to buy a weapon. Opponents say having a gun is your constitutional right, just like voting, and you shouldn't require someone to get a permit in order to exercise that right. A federal judge found that Oregon's gun law would not violate the United States Constitution, saying that governments can do what they think is necessary to make sure that only law-abiding, responsible citizens keep and bear arms. But in this case, advocates would have to win in federal and state court for the law to take effect.
Now, Oregon state officials say they plan to appeal the judge's ruling, and meanwhile here in Washington, the state legislature already created a large magazine ban. Lawmakers also considered a similar gun permit requirement earlier this year. That effort, though, ultimately failed. A man will spend more than 7.5 years in prison for the shooting of a Pasco police officer last December. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office began investigating the case against Devontae Wright after Officer Jeremy Jones was shot in the leg with his own firearm during a struggle with Wright on December 1st of 2022. The firearm was holstered and Wright's DNA was not found on the gun. During the trial, the jury reviewed the firearm and the holster, heard witness testimony, and viewed patrol vehicle and body camera footage. In October, a jury found Wright guilty of assault in the second degree, attempted disarming of a law enforcement officer, unlawful possession of a firearm in the second degree, and resisting arrest, but he was found not guilty of assault in the first degree. In Franklin County Superior Court yesterday, Wright was sentenced to 92 months in prison. And a Walla Walla man has been arrested following the seizure of over $100,000 worth of illegal drugs at two separate locations. Two simultaneous search warrants were executed by the Walla Walla Drug Gang Task Force and the Walla Walla Police Department Career Criminal Apprehension Team last Friday around 8:30 p.m. Those took place in the 100 block of Boyer Drive and the 1800 block of Isaacs Avenue. The search resulted in the seizure of 2 pounds of fentanyl powder, 250 fentanyl pills, 2 pounds of methamphetamine, and 1 pound of cannabis. Now, a suspect has been arrested on 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver. I'll switch gears here a little bit and talk about your forecast as Thanksgiving travel is getting underway. If you're in our neck of the woods, getting to the table on time is looking good. You might have to deal with some of the fog that we saw last night, though. Stacey Lee is tracking that in your First Alert forecast.
And we're seeing that fog. It's developing tonight, as you can see here. Dense fog advisory is issued for the foothills of the Blues, including Pendleton, Walla Walla, Pilot Rock, and Dayton area tonight. And again, down to about a quarter of a mile visibility. We're seeing visibility impacting the Tri-Cities right now, Pendleton, Prosser, and in Cle Elum. So that is our big concern this evening. We saw that fog roll in pretty quickly last night after dark, and the same thing. Humidity is high, so we could see even freezing fog with these chilly temperatures. 35 degrees right now on our Dust Devil Skycam. Winds are light at 5. Our feels like temp is 31 degrees. Going to be partly to mostly cloudy, that fog and freezing fog, but we have a clear and cold Thanksgiving. It's going to look good there. Cold front moves in for the weekend. We'll see even chillier temperatures. Let's take a look at those overnight lows tonight, down below the freezing level. Again, dense fog and freezing fog in this region, in Hermiston as well. I'll get to more in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. The federal government has approved expansion of a natural gas pipeline that would impact us here in Washington and in Oregon. Now the governors of both states, our representatives in the Senate, and attorneys general are all fighting to stop this federal expansion. Today, Governor Inslee said the expansion would violate Washington state law and could impact your future utility bills.
The laws are that new construction will require the use of heat pumps, obviating the necessity of methane gas. And yet FERC has ignored all of those laws. If this work is done, it's going to be in a community that is using less of this product. And the utility is going to turn around and try to foist those costs on its ratepayers for something that won't be used or necessary under our laws.
Now, a complaint filed with the government says that the Gas Transmission Northwest, or GTN, Express project would upgrade existing compressor stations in North Idaho, in Walla Walla County, and in Sherman County, Oregon, to make it so that the company can pump more natural gas, which is primarily methane, through the system that they already have. Adult Night School is returning to College Place Public Schools. All of the classes will take place at College Place High School. The program begins on Monday, November 27th. It'll run from 5 to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday until February 22nd. The classes are provided at no cost to participants. They'll be available in both Spanish and English. Some of the course offerings include GED preparation, financial literacy education, cooking class, and job readiness skill development. As many of us prepare to gather with family and friends and, of course, eat a lot of good food, there are some things you need to remember to make sure your Thanksgiving is a healthy one. Liz Landers says it's not necessarily about keeping your diet, it's about cooking with the right temperatures.
Salmonella causes more than 1 million foodborne illnesses a year, according to the CDC. You can get salmonella from a number of foods, including sprouts or other vegetables, eggs, chicken, pork, fruit, and even processed foods. Just this summer, the CDC put out a warning about salmonella linked to flour. And while flour doesn't look like raw food, most flour is raw, meaning it hasn't been treated to kill germs that can cause food poisoning. Flour can contain bacteria, but infection is presentable, and the CDC is sharing tips. First, do not consume raw flour. This includes things like cookie dough or batter. Second, always bake or cook your flour before eating, as this will kill any germs like salmonella. Third, wash your hands after handling raw flour and anything raw flour touches, like bowls or utensils. Fourth, keep raw flour and dough separate from foods that won't be cooked. And be sure to call a healthcare provider right away if you are experiencing any symptoms, including diarrhea, fever, and stomach cramps. With this Medical Minute, I'm Liz Landers.
Now here's another big one. Don't leave the leftovers out too long. Make sure to put everything in the refrigerator as people are leaving the table to reduce the risk of spoiling. And it is that time of year again when cases of respiratory illnesses tick up, especially as we head into the holidays and those gatherings. Health officials are sounding the alarm about low vaccination rates. According to CDC data, only about 15% of adults and just 5% of children had received the latest COVID-19 vaccine as of mid-November. At the same time, hospitalizations for COVID-19 are on the rise. We do need to point out rates are not as high as they were at this time last year. Now, cases of the flu and RSV are also increasing this fall. Researchers in Sweden have found a link between extended use of ADHD medication and a risk of cardiovascular disease. The study followed the medical records of thousands of individuals with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder for a number of years. They found overall heart disease risk was 23% higher for people who use ADHD medication for more than 5 years compared with those who didn't. Now, doctors commonly prescribe stimulants to treat ADHD, but those stimulants are known to elevate blood pressure. It makes your heart work harder. While experts say it's important that patients know the risks, for many people, the benefits of treatment do outweigh those risks. Let's take a look outside. We are seeing some chilly temperatures out there this evening. Stacey Lee talking about your Thanksgiving forecast coming up in just a moment. And still ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 6, President Biden is getting ready to meet with leaders from some of the 574 federally recognized tribes all across the country at the White House. Why one of the key points will be all business coming up.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
We're still going for that nice catch.
We're still going for that sweet shot.
And with higher stroke risk from AFib not caused by a heart valve problem,
we're going for a better treatment than warfarin. Eliquis. Eliquis reduces stroke risk and has less major bleeding. Over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke.
Don't stop taking Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. Get help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
The #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner. We're going for it. Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
Come home for the holidays. Step into a world of enchantment at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, where Santa's Workshop is open for the season, laden with over $90,000 on Santa's special list of cash and prizes, with more chances to win every week in November and December. Join us this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for a winter wonderland of over $18,000 in cash and prizes starting at 6 p.m. Keep earning your holiday entries. More winners, more often. From your Wild Horse family.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Thanks for yielding.
Thank you.
Thanks for yielding.
Ben Franklin Transit bus drivers would like to say thank you for yielding. When buses are getting back into traffic after a stop, you help keep traffic moving and buses on schedule. You increase the safety of everyone around you. You are following state law. And of course, you're helping our skilled and dedicated drivers get us all where we need to go. Learn more at bft.org.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Welcome back. The holiday shopping season is upon us, but some retailers are expecting a drop in revenues this year. Best Buy joins Lowe's and Kohl's in reporting lower sales in their most recent quarter. Holiday sales are also expected to drop from a year ago. Moody's Investors Service issued a report this week saying that consumers are losing spending steam in the face of rising costs and higher interest rates. Now, there's some possible good news for anybody hitting the roads this Thanksgiving holiday. Gas prices may be dropping further. Oil prices plunged 4% today after a scheduled meeting of the biggest oil-producing nations was delayed. The oil cartel member nations were expected to discuss further cuts to global supply at the OPEC Plus meeting, but that meeting has been postponed to November 30th with no explanation from the group. Industry experts say the fact that oil prices plummeted on the news indicates there may not be full agreement on the scale of output cuts. Now, AAA lists the average price of a gallon of regular gas in Washington state at $4.42. November is Native American Heritage Month, and tonight we're highlighting how indigenous communities are boosting the U.S. economy. A White House Tribal Nations Summit scheduled for next month is expected to discuss economic process in and issues facing indigenous communities. Cole Higgins takes a closer look at how all of that impacts you.
Members of America's indigenous communities are working hard to preserve their heritage and boost economic output.
A lot of our communities, they are the #1 employer in a region.
According to the National Center for American Indian Enterprise Development, tribal governments and their enterprises are seeing great success in building sustainable economies rooted in their cultural values, employing thousands of workers and generating billions in dollars in state, regional, and federal economies. And the organization's leadership says there's a growing effort to increase that success through intertribal trade and collaboration by creating new businesses and generating more jobs.
Those tribes are supporting states. They're supporting local economies. Many of our tribes are involved in tourism.
Next month, President Joe Biden is set to host leaders from some of the 574 federally recognized tribes at the White House to discuss ways the federal government can invest in and strengthen Native communities. Meanwhile, some communities are prioritizing continued self-reliance. One example is the Indian Nations Conservation Alliance, which created an intertribal exchange app that allows anyone to share and trade goods and services in a digital marketplace.
It empowers indigenous people around the world to really add items and create abundance in their area.
Another example, an effort led by Native Hawaiians. The nation of Hawaii is signing peace and friendship treaties with federally recognized tribes to support each other and to amplify their economic and social goals worldwide. For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
All right, let's start off with our travel impacts for Thanksgiving Day. If you're still waiting on folks coming in, maybe flying in from, say, the Denver airport or Salt Lake City, that's where we're seeing a little bit of impact tomorrow. There's a system moving through, kind of moved through our area early, bringing those showers, and now we're seeing snow showers developing in this region. Overall, travel, though, across the nation, not looking too bad. A little bit of up here towards Montreal and southern Texas, seeing some impacts from some of the weather, but looking pretty good for holiday travel tomorrow. Let's take a look at what's causing those impacts through the area. This is our weather pattern through Friday. And again, we see that jet stream basically coming right across Washington state. Here comes that snow that we're seeing right there in Colorado, Utah, Idaho. And that's going to continue to move to the south towards Denver through Friday. So that upper level low keeps things going. Jet stream right through the middle of Washington. That's going to bring that cold air down from Canada. Ridge of high pressure way out on the coast. That's going to bring the sunshine. So cold but sunny for the next couple of days, and that's pretty much the weather pattern across the U.S. Here's that low clouds and fog we're seeing tonight. Some dense fog with a dense fog advisory for Walla Walla, Pendleton area. We'll even see that dense fog tomorrow. This is tomorrow morning. Northerly flow from our winds and looking pretty good. We'll see clearing skies throughout the day with patchy fog here and there. We'll continue to see that northerly flow come down, bringing that cold front that's going to cool our temperatures down below the average. Now, dense fog and our fog advisory, we've been seeing visibility issues in Cle Elum. We're about a mile of visibility right now, looking good down the Yakima Valley till you get to Prosser and Tri-Cities, and we'll start to see that fog getting more intense as the night moves on. Very low visibility with the dense fog advisory in place for Walla Walla through tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So that fog's going to linger. We're also tracking air quality. Air stagnation in some areas is sitting over Walla Walla right now, as well as Hermiston, even a little bit in the Tri-Cities and Yakima and Toppenish, and we'll continue to follow that throughout the week. 35 degrees, Legends Casino Sky Cam. Winds are light at 5, but our feels like temp is 31 degrees. Let's take a look at temperatures for tonight. Below the freezing level all through the region, and these temperatures are warm compared to what we're going to start seeing later this weekend and into next week. 30 tonight in Walla Walla, 28 Tri-Cities, 26 overnight in Yakima. Tomorrow's daytime highs on the cool side, below our average, only getting up to 38. just under 40 degrees for both Pendleton and Walla Walla. A little bit warmer in the Columbia Basin as well as the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. Planning your day tomorrow, though, look at that. Lots of sunshine, clear skies, looking good in Yakima. Chilly, though, at 28 degrees at 8 a.m., 45 by midday and dinner time. There you go, 30 degrees at 8 a.m. for Tri-Cities, mid-40s by dinner time throughout the area, cooling back down to the 30s by 8. And in Walla Walla, dense fog hanging around. That dense fog advisory is going to stay in place until about 10 a.m. tomorrow, and then it should start to clear up after that. So again, watch for that fog, patchy fog, and freezing fog tonight. Your reason to smile, that's coming up here in just a few minutes. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. Up next on Apple Valley News Now at 6, you could almost call it the hokey pokey of the tech world. He's in, he's out, he's back in again. The CEO of OpenAI says he is coming back just days after being kicked out by the board. We'll hear who's giving him some support next.
This December 1st to 3rd, experience the magic of the season during Walla Walla's Holiday Barrel Weekend. Kick off the weekend with wine, music, and fun at the Barrel Full of Money auction. Then, sip and savor your way throughout the weekend, tasting some of Walla Walla's renowned wines straight from the barrel. And the whole family can enjoy Walla Walla's charming downtown shops, indoor holiday markets, and the dazzling holiday parade of lights. Come join Holiday Barrel Weekend festivities. Visit Walla Walla December 1st through 3rd and taste the season.
It's not what you park in your driveway that makes it home. At McCurley, we understand that. And that's why we go beyond the transaction to provide a complete ownership experience. Because it's the people, the experiences, and the memories awaiting you that make it home. And your vehicle is how you get there.
Get financing as low as 0.9% on the new Mazda CX-90 during Season of Inspiration.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get literally any Samsung Galaxy for free.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
And it's just in time for gift giving season too.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
I'm gifting mine to my son.
Wow. Excuse me, it's work. Talk to me.
What a boss.
New and current customers can get any Samsung Galaxy free. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
The Walker's Furniture Black Friday sale is on now. Get big discounts starting this week, and all stores will be open extended hours with big Black Friday discounts. Or get no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest financing for up to 5 years.
It's the perfect time to upgrade your living room or get that new dining room or bedroom furniture just in time for those holiday gatherings. Plus, choose from a large selection of top name brand mattress sets.
Furnish your life for less during the Black Friday sale at Walker's.
A semi-truck accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
If you've been hit by a large commercial vehicle, call Tamaki Law. Semi-truck insurance companies have the resources to deny any claim. That's why you need the experienced team at Tamaki Law to fight for the justice you deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
More changes underway in the business of artificial intelligence. Sam Altman is now set to return to OpenAI as its CEO. Now, this comes just days after his surprise ouster as CEO and after Microsoft had hired Altman to lead a new AI group. Hundreds of OpenAI employees reportedly threatened to leave if the company's board didn't resign and then bring Altman back. Altman said in a post on the social media platform X that he has Microsoft's support for his return to OpenAI. After the holiday rush, it will soon cost more to send a package via the U.S. Postal Service. USPS says the changes include Ground Advantage, Priority Mail, and Priority Mail Express. All those prices are going up just over 5% starting January 21st. The service also wants to increase the cost of forever stamps from 66 to 68 cents, and it wants to adjust prices for post office box rental, international mail, and special services. Earlier this month, the Postmaster General announced a net income loss of $6.5 billion for the fiscal year. Up next, holiday travel is looking good here in Eastern Washington, but the rest of the country might have some problems. We're having a look at the holiday travel outlook next, but first, Stacey Lee has your reason to smile.
And this is the perfect photo for tonight. Foggy Walla Walla. Thanks to our friend Michael Johnson for sending that in. Thanks for getting outside and snapping that pic. You know, if you want to have your photo featured, just get outside, snap it, send it to me, slee@applevalleyNewsNow.com. Reason to Smile is brought to you by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental of Pasco.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
If you missed out on getting a McRib in the past, here's your chance to get one before you miss out again. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey y'all, this ain't no turkey shootout going on at Legends Casino Hotel in November. It's a roping and a riding cash and car roundup where you could wrangle $10,000 in cash or win a new Volkswagen. Just steer your Legends rewards card smack dab into your favorite slot machine to earn entries. And then giddy up on over to Legends Casino on Thursdays for your chance to snag 10 grand in cash or a VW Jetta on November 23rd or the Atlas Crossport on November 30th. Round up the posse and we'll see you at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish.
Black Friday savings are going on now at Buy-Mart. Our 20-page savings book has the best prices of the year, including a 65-inch Philips 4K Roku TV for just $299.99. That's $130 off. Save $70 on a Midea chest freezer, sale priced at $129.99. Find Chevron 1-gallon diesel oil for $9.99. You save $6. Plus save $50 on a Coleman road trip grill. Store-wide Black Friday savings are going on now at Buy-Mart.
The winter of 2019, Mid-Columbia record for most snowfall in a single month. 2004, temperatures reached a low of negative 18 degrees. And 1996, one of the coldest winters in our history. At McCurley, we remember because we were here. Our expert technicians make sure you'll remember this winter for the people you spent it with, not the cold.
Find your way home in a new Subaru from McCurley Subaru during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Celebrate the most magical time of the year.
Disney style.
With appearances by fan favorite artists and more.
Happy holidays!
Disney's magical holiday celebration, Sunday on ABC.
We're still going for that nice catch.
We're still going for that sweet shot.
And with higher stroke risk from AFib not caused by a heart valve problem,
we're going for a better treatment than warfarin. Eliquis. Eliquis reduces stroke risk and has less major bleeding. Over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke.
Don't stop taking Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. Get help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
The #1 cardiologist-prescribed blood thinner. We're going for it. Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion, or bacon, or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We know a lot of people are hitting the roads or boarding a plane tonight to reach their friends or family for Thanksgiving, but what should you do if your travel plans don't work out the way you planned? Well, first you want to check the weather forecast. We can help you with that. You can avoid getting trapped at the airport by checking your flight status before you get there. If you're already there, you'll want to stay close to the airline agent's desk to try and get some help switching flights or printing a boarding pass. And travel experts say attitude matters. I know it's hard sometimes when you're stuck in the middle of everything, but you are more likely to get help if you ask nicely. A Yakima organization has won a state award for their work with young people and substance use prevention. We'll hear how they did it. And an explosion on the Rainbow Bridge near Niagara Falls kills 2 people and injures a customs agent. We're tracking the latest on that investigation as the news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Safe Yakima Valley has won the 2023 Washington State High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Award for excellence in substance use prevention. This is for their prevention work with young people, which is mostly funded through that program. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell sat down with the executive director of Safe Yakima Valley to learn more about those efforts.
For Safe Yakima Valley, prevention starts early, and it starts with understanding what doesn't work.
Evidence has shown things like assemblies, testimonials, fear tactics, they don't work. They're one and done, and they just don't move the dial.
She says what does work is the Positive Social Norm pilot project they've launched at 4 local middle schools.
It's been around since the 80s. And the concept behind it is that there are significant misperceptions about the number of youth that use substances.
Kids think 60 to 80% of their peers are using drugs or alcohol. The true number, closer to 10%.
But we still don't focus on only 10% have vaped in the last 30 days. What we do is we flip the narrative and we say the overwhelming majority of Yakima County youth have not vaped, have not used substances.
Showing them that not using drugs is more likely to help them fit in and get approval from their peers. At the beginning of the program, they did a pre-survey on their beliefs about their peers' substance usage, then bombarded them with positive social norms messaging.
And then we do a post-survey. So come springtime, we'll administer a new survey to measure if the dial has moved.
Another way to move that dial, getting parents involved.
Today's youth, because of social media, their attention span is much shorter. And so it's important for parents at the age of 8, 9, 10 to start these conversations early and have them short and frequent.
The National Talk They Hear You campaign helps parents figure out how to do that. And they even have an app, which Safe Yakima Valley has been making sure parents know about.
We took monies and invested in billboards. We did a postcard campaign. We did PSAs and we translated them in English and Spanish.
But no matter what kids are told about not doing drugs, they need strategies for how to make that happen.
The other thing that we are funding is Botvin Life Skills. So Botvin Life Skills teaches kids coping skills, resiliency skills, drug resistance skills.
They pay for local teachers to get the training and for students to access the curriculum.
Everything from violent behaviors to all the substances, vaping, alcohol, polysubstance, is reduced.
They also fund drug take-back events to safely dispose of old medications before they can be misused.
We have to cut the head off the snake, and that's where we keep saying prevention, prevention, prevention. And it's so much cheaper.
Because if they can stop kids from trying drugs in the first place, that's less money they'll be spending on intervention and treatment programs later, and a better outcome for the kids. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. Now, the Safe Yakima Valley Coalition meets for an hour once a month on the second Wednesday from noon until 1. They are looking for new members to join and help make a difference in the community. For right now, let's switch gears and talk about your forecast. We've been seeing some of that fog once again. Stacy, where are you seeing that now?
That fog is really moving, very dense right now. Cle-Elum, it says 0, but that actually means about a quarter of a mile visibility. So pretty thick fog as we head down to the area, through the area. Now, as we get closer to the Columbia Basin and Tri-Cities, we've got our fog again building up here and very low visibility in Walla Walla. Alyssa, I'll be right back.
All right, we're going to continue with the news. A car explosion at the U.S.-Canada border has initially caused serious security concerns this afternoon. The crash happened on one of the busiest travel days of the year. Jen Sullivan reports officials are now saying it does not appear to be terror-related.
Emergency crews are rushing to the scene of a car explosion. Portions of a security checkpoint by the U.S.-Canada border erupting in flames. Smoke filling the air, debris scattered across the road. The horrific scene briefly heightening security on both sides of the border, but officials now saying this was not an act of terror.
There is no sign of terrorist activity.
The explosion happened just before noon Wednesday at the Rainbow Bridge, which connects Niagara Falls, Canada to the state of New York.
This is one of the busiest crossings, not just in Western New York, but along the entire U.S.-Canadian border.
Law enforcement sources familiar with the investigation say videos show the car was entering the bridge from the U.S. side. They say the driver sped up, hit a curb, and went airborne over a barrier, landing in a secondary search area where it then exploded. Both people inside the car were killed, the incident prompting nearby border crossings to temporarily shut down.
Anytime you have an incident like this, you want to take an abundance of precaution.
A Customs and Border Protection officer suffered minor injuries. It could take several days before officials piece together exactly what went wrong. In New York, I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Now, all of this is unfolding during a state of heightened alert in this country as the Israel-Hamas war rages on. ABC News obtained a new security bulletin that mentions threats to transportation due to domestic violent extremists, though, again, officials are saying this incident was not an act of terror. Local food banks are struggling to keep up with the need for food assistance, especially during the holiday season. That includes the Salvation Army Food Bank in Yakima. Their distribution partners that provide them with food are seeing fewer donations come in. At the same time, the number of families asking for help has gone up. They've had to reduce their distribution from 5 days a week down to 2. And even with reduced availability, they are still seeing more families than last year, about 280 minimum per week. They say they don't always have enough.
It is really hard to hear that, we ran out of food and people didn't get served. But we're here just to provide them with other resources and other avenues that they might be able to get some food as well.
The Salvation Army Food Bank does drive-through food distribution at 2 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays. If you're interested in donating, their biggest needs right now are canned fruits and vegetables and other non-perishables. Every Wednesday on Good Morning Northwest, a local shelter features a new pet that is waiting to be adopted. This week, Mikey's Chance introduced our crew to 11-month-old Rigetti. Sarah Beth said Rigetti is blind in one eye, but he doesn't let that hold him back. If you're interested in adopting, his adoption fee is $500. That will cover his vet visits, vaccines, and neutering to make sure that he is completely home ready.
This is Rigetti. He is a German Shepherd Husky mix, approximately 11 months old. He came to Mikey's Chance from somebody north of Pasco who found him. He is a wonderful, active dog, just a little puppy who loves attention, other people, other dogs. He's available for adoption through Mikey's Chance and can be found on our website or our Facebook page.
And whoever adopts Rigetti or any dog featured on Good Morning Northwest will receive a $50 gift card to Paws Natural Pet Emporium to help welcome your new family member. Well, let's take a look outside. We are once again seeing some fog in the area, but some good news ahead for your Thanksgiving forecast. Stacey Lee is tracking that for us. And still ahead on Apple Valley News now at 6:30. Looks to be clear skies for us for holiday travel. It's not shaping up that way for other travelers across the country, though. That's all ahead.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Come home for the holidays. Step into a world of enchantment at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, where Santa's Workshop is open for the season, laden with over $90,000 on Santa's special list of cash and prizes, with more chances to win every week in November and December. Join us this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for a winter wonderland of over $18,000 in cash and prizes starting at 6 p.m. Keep earning your holiday entries. More winners, more often. From your Wild Horse family.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years. And we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Thank you for getting groceries, Mika.
Of course. Happy to help. Will Medicare cover any of these bills?
I thought it would, but it doesn't.
We'll get through this. I will always be here for you.
I know. But what about you? I don't ever want you to be in this situation.
Don't worry, Dad. With WA Cares, I'm earning long-term care benefits with each paycheck. That money will be there when I need it.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Black Friday mattress discounts are on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores.
Save up to $900 on Serta iComfort and Beautyrest Black Hybrid sets. Plus, save up to $300 on Purple mattresses. And take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest for 5 years.
Plus, receive up to $300 of free furniture, making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less during the Black Friday sale at Walker's.
One good round deserves another at Zentel Creek Golf Club in Kennewick. Stay warm inside with state-of-the-art golf simulators, or book banquet space for your next family or professional event. Weekends liven up with select live music events throughout the season. Go to zentelcreek.com to find the list of live music options and make reservations for golf, dinner, drinks, and fun all year round.
For a limited time, save over 45% on this family-size Samsung fridge. This is our lowest price ever.
This Samsung French door is designed with a modern look to accent your kitchen.
Come in while supplies last. Fred's has this Samsung fridge on sale for only $13.99.
Save $1,200 on a Samsung French door refrigerator that's in stock and ready for pickup or delivery.
Save big at Fred's Black Friday sale.
Millions of people are passing through airports and navigating highways to get home for the Thanksgiving holiday. And AAA is forecasting this could be the busiest travel period in several years. Laura Aguirre has more on how this busy travel day is shaping up.
I thought it would be like this, so I'm actually 3 hours in advance for my flight.
I got here early because I'm slow.
It's pretty crazy, but it could be worse.
Could be worse indeed, given the heavy rainstorms and gusty winds lingering over several Northeast major airline hubs Wednesday, all while more than 55 million people are expected to be on the move by air and highway for the Thanksgiving holiday, according to AAA.
I was looking at the weather and I was kind of worried.
In New England, forecasters say snowfall will be winding down, but not before some inland areas possibly see several inches. And a new storm pushing into the Rockies will dump snow over several states like Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho, where winter alerts could translate into delays for West Coast travelers over the next few days.
The weather always is the key, and then there's air traffic controller shortages, but the weather will be the key. We've been working with the FAA to adjust routes to move things around.
And a heads up for the trip home for many, the Transportation Security Administration estimates nearly 3 million people could come through their airport lines on Sunday, the highest number ever recorded in the TSA's 20-year history, the agency says. Your best bet, go early, get through security, then relax.
I'm just chilling now.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Now, the Department of Transportation says you are entitled to a full refund of your airplane ticket cost due to cancellation or significant delay, and if you choose not to rebook. The DOT adds this is the policy regardless of the reason the airline cancels or delays that flight, but what constitutes a significant delay remains open to interpretation.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And speaking of travel, if you have anyone coming from the west side through the Kittitas Valley, going to watch out for that dense fog in Cle Elum, Kittitas Valley area. Gets better once you make it to Ellensburg, but right there just after the pass, it's pretty thick. As you come on down the Columbia Basin, we'll start to see some fog developing. It's starting to pick up as the night moves on. And we have a dense fog advisory for Walla Walla, Pendleton, Dayton area till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So that's the biggest impact traveling by car here for the next couple of days. We're also keeping an eye with this dense fog stagnant air, and that's going to affect our air quality. We're seeing a little bit of an impact tonight. We're at moderate, so still healthy, but it is moderate. If you're sensitive to that, be aware. Travel impacts, what they were talking about just a few minutes ago. Yes, this is the area we're going to see some storms coming through. It passed through our area earlier today. Snow will continue along the in Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, and that could impact even Salt Lake City Airport, which is a big hub coming through our area. So if you have any people flying in tomorrow, just be aware of that. Here's the weather pattern for the next couple of days. Ridge of high pressure sinking down, jet stream coming right down along the coast of Washington, cold air spilling in. The snow continues through Colorado, Idaho, and Utah, and that continues to head to the south. So that could impact some travelers through Friday. And here's that jet stream right on top of Washington State, right through the middle, and you see that cold air just coming down from Canada, and that's going to continue and even get colder as we move into next week. So that's the biggest impacts for travel on the West Coast anyway. Plus the dense fog and freezing fog in our region. We're going to continue to see pretty low clouds and that fog developing pretty thick through Walla Walla, this area. Foothills of the Blues through about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It should ease up later in the days. We see clearing skies, and we'll see those temperatures on the cool side, but getting close to 50 degrees for some areas. That northerly flow continues right into Friday, and we'll see even colder temperatures getting into your Saturday. Dust Devil Sky Camp tonight, 35 degrees. Still pretty clear out there, but we are starting to see a little bit of fog. Humidity at 92%, and those cold temperatures aiding in the fog. Our winds are at 5 miles per hour. Our feels like temp is 31, so it's chilly tonight. And look at those overnight lows below freezing all through the region. 30 tonight for Walla Walla, 28 Tri-Cities, 26 in Yakima, 27 overnight in Prosser. For tomorrow, let's take a look at those daytime highs. Cool for this time of year, especially along the foothills of the Blues. That fog's going to keep it a little bit cool once it starts to move out, hopefully warming things up. A little warmer in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, and even a little bit warmer up the Yakima and into the Kittitas Valley. Plan your day for tomorrow. Winds are going to be pretty light, little bit breezy there. 30 degrees at 8. You'll see those temperatures in the 40s, but mostly clear skies with a few clouds hanging around. Yakima tomorrow at 28 degrees at 8 a.m. Looking pretty good. Pretty clear there. Those temperatures drop, though, after dark pretty quickly. Light winds in the area. Now for Walla Walla, you'll see that dense fog. The advisory in place till 10 o'clock. Things will be cloudy and overcast, but looking much better. Going to stay dry, it looks like, and temperatures staying in the 30s with winds ramping up to about 9 miles an hour in the afternoon. Hermiston also dealing with low clouds and fog tomorrow morning. That will impact that morning commute. Chilly. 32, that's where we could see the freezing fog. Temperatures in the 40s with light winds. So not too bad of a weather forecast, but do go check ahead and do plan on driving slowly. There's lots of traffic on the highways for this holiday travels season. We've got more on the way. I'll get to your 7-day planning forecast and a story you don't want to miss about a bus dog. That's coming up right after the break.
We're still going for that nice catch.
We're still going for that sweet shot.
And with higher stroke risk from AFib not caused by a heart valve problem,
we're going for a better treatment than warfarin. Eliquis. Eliquis reduces stroke risk and has less major bleeding. Over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke.
Don't stop taking Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. Get help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
The #1 cardiologist-prescribed blood thinner. We're going for it. Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $5,250 total value on this Silverado with a TurboMax engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Shop Bi-Mart's best savings of the year. Black Friday pricing going on now. All Maybelline cosmetics are 50% off. Save $4 on all Pine Creek throws, now just $1.99. Save $30 on Yoli 3-piece gravity loungers and table sets. Plus find Hot Wheels for 89 cents. Black Friday savings are going on now at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. Many people choose to celebrate the holidays with a drink or two. Sometimes some people have a few too many. Tonight, Jeannie Moose has the story of how one dog owner came home to find that her pet had overindulged.
When Fido wants a drink, it's usually water.
So this is what I just came home to.
But Mary from South Jersey walked in on the aftermath of doggy cocktail hour.
This is empty. This was probably more than halfway full.
A bottle of Bailey's on the floor and a bottle of vodka knocked over on the counter with the cap half off. Mary didn't have to smell his breath.
Jack, try to walk. Come on, let's go.
Jack was busted.
It's not funny, but my dog is drunk and I don't know what to do about it.
Wrote one commenter, your dog just failed a field sobriety test. Even when sober, Jack can be a handful. He's a 5-year-old former shelter dog, possibly a Husky Shepherd mix. Mary immediately called poison control, then took Jack to the vet where he got IV fluids and was kept overnight. The vet called in the morning saying,
You know, he's fine. He's prancing around like he's not even hungover.
No hangover. His appetite,
there you go,
was fine. Jack used a window seat to jump up on the counter to get at the booze. You can see bite marks where he chewed off the cap.
This dog is my world. Jack is my child.
While Jack hit the bottle, nature documentaries have featured other animals.
It can be a little too lush.
Getting drunk on overripe fermented fruit.
Hey, Jack.
Now everybody's joking.
Jack.
That Jack's new name should be Jack Daniels. Jeannie Moose, CNN.
It's not funny, but my dog is drunk.
New York.
All right, in all seriousness though, please keep the alcohol away from the pets this holiday. We're going to take a final look at your forecast when we come back.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show, an experience you will never forget. Discover Santa's all-new North Pole with holiday getaways starting at only $250.
I'm Buzz the Bee from the Painting Bees. I'm a local bee. I started painting houses, and here I am. So what do? We're a local painting company. We paint exterior, we do interior painting, and cabinetry as well. And we're here to take care of everybody, even the DIYers. And so why shouldn't you do this by yourself? Because of our combined 15 years of experience painting homes in the Tri-Cities area. So if you're interested in a free estimate, visit our website or call us at 509-591-8160.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Brian Smith.
And I'm attorney Megan Hale. Thank you for voting us Yakima's first choice for personal injury, civil law, and best overall law firm.
We are honored and grateful to be part of this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen and action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man, it's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Actual over-the-air TV for a very long time.
There you go. You're hot.
Welcome back. It's been a Thanksgiving tradition since 1924. We're still debating the specifics of it. Preparations are underway for Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is coming up early tomorrow morning. One of the many people working to make it happen is balloon handler Stephanie Senkovich. This year, she will be driving a vehicle beneath Beagle Scout Snoopy, a new balloon marking 50 years since the scouting program debuted in the fictional Peanuts universe.
Snoopy is one of our larger balloons, so that'll have one of the most balloon handlers on it, about 90 balloon handlers. So that helps to evenly distribute the weight along the balloon, and you have that vehicle as a center point underneath the balloon.
Beagle Scout Snoopy is among 7 new giant balloons joining the lineup this year. The parade kicks off in New York at 5:30 in the morning Pacific time. And Stacey, we were just talking about this. It started out the day on Thanksgiving for my family. You know, we start with the parade and then do the turkey.
I usually watch the parade, maybe not at 5:30, but I will be up to watch that for sure. All right, let's take a look, final look at your weather, your 7-day planning forecast. Not a bad looking forecast. I mean, you see lots of sun there, clear skies. But look at those overnight lows. Very, very chilly temperatures out there. We're in the teens and 20s in Yakima overnight, moving into next week. A cold front, of course, moving down from Canada, and you'll see those daytime highs start to drop as well. It's getting into the Tri-Cities. Happy Thanksgiving. 45 will be our daytime high. We'll see some clouds and low fog tonight through the area, but that'll burn off pretty quickly. Friday looking sunny for your Black Friday if you're out shopping, but grab a coat. Those temperatures are chilly, with only getting up to nearly 40 degrees and down in the 20s at night. Let's take a look into Walla Walla. Now, we are calling for dense fog. There is a dense fog advisory for Walla Walla, Pendleton, Waitsburg, and even into Hermiston overnight. That'll expire at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Other than that, looking good, just chilly out there. So yeah, grab a coat and sit back, enjoy. Definitely get some good food and family time for your Thanksgiving.
Family time, and hey, you'll be able to send the kids outside.
There you go.
Thanks, Stacey. Thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We're back tonight at 11.